Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob Connor here once again with another video, and today is going to be my DVD review of the WWE Royal Rumble to 2023. Happened 2 months ago, and like a lot of stuff that comes out on DVD, I never see it. I never see these events live. I don't have Sky Sports, so I never ever see them live online. So I have to wait for them to come on DVD. I can see the highlights, on YouTube, but it's not the same as seeing the actual events. I always get them, and also like to support the WWE buying the stuff. As I say, yeah, and I like to have them on DVD because I like to watch them more than once. Have another few goes on it. I probably, I watched this once so far, and I'll watch it another few times. Yeah. So anyway, the DVD. That's the cover. I mean, if you haven't seen it already or got it, that's the cover, and then obviously the back. That's the back images. Obviously, it's 2 discs set, and well, is there only 5 matches? I'm sure there's only 5 matches, 2 Royal Rumbles, and then singles, or is there 4 matches and 2 Rumbles? No, I think there's 2 Rumbles and. Yeah, I mean, it's not usually much. I mean, I think before, a few years ago, they gave us more, stuff. I think they gave us more matches and then a couple of Rumbles, but it seemed to give us less. Well, seems to be the case over the years. Seems to have got less from them before, but I guess what it is. We always get most of the major stars on the events. But going back to the actual event, I mean, my thoughts. I don't think it's the best Royal Rumble ever. I think it had a lot of good moments where it was good. I think overall it was alright. There's a few standout moments. Yeah, as I say, let's talk about the first match, which was obviously the men's Royal Rumble, wasn't it? Well, I watched it when it was obviously the double disc. Pretty sure, yeah. So I thought the men's would have been second, but obviously it was the men's Royal Rumble was first. Which was obviously won by Cody Rhodes, and I think that was the right choice for the winner. So I mean, it was obvious that he was going to win, the way things were set up. But I think it's a good way they did it with him winning, and I had no problem. Thought it was the right winner. Overall, the right result going forward, I think. Especially, he never won the title or a Rumble before, so I thought that was the right decision. And the Royal Rumble was, I don't think it was the best men's Rumble ever, but it was good. And good in places. Certainly was really, really good at the end. Between Cody Rhodes and Gunther, or whatever you want to call him, formerly Walter. I mean, I personally prefer Gunther or Walter. When he first began, when he first come into it, when he was a lot bigger, and he was just like moving around. I just don't feel he's sort of, to me, he just doesn't seem to be moving around like he was at the beginning. I don't know, something seems a bit off. I know some people might disagree, but I don't know, it's just, I think he's still good, but for me, he's just like too thin and just doesn't seem to be moving around like he was in NXT UK. He was just like he was a lot bigger, and he was like just so heavy hitting, and I think he was moving around slow. I think now he's just like going around a bit too fast. I don't know. Anyway, that's my opinion. But anyway, yeah, as I say, the Rumble itself, I think the only thing is, in general it was alright, but I think it lacked surprises, legends like, I don't know, like Booker T, Cody Rhodes returning, Logan Paul in it. I mean, Booker T, like, I like Booker T, but he'd already been in Rumble before, and it wasn't really that much of a surprise. I think really they should just drop the legends being in it, really, because I think they're all past their best now. Getting legends back for these events. I think they should just do it with current and future stars, really, rather than legends, because, as I say, they've had loads of legends, and now it's just too far gone, really. But as I say, I think that there's a few future stars that were in it, but I think there could have been a few more coming through. I think there was a few left out, like Ridge Holland, Butch, and Viking Raiders. Surprisingly, I thought they would have been in the Rumble. They've never actually been in a Rumble. Surprisingly, I thought they would have been in this one. As I said, but other than that, a few of the eliminations weren't that great, but other than that, I think it was right in places. But so let's move on to I think it was LA Knight versus Bray Wyatt, or whatever he's going by, the Fiend. In a I think was it a non-sanctioned match? I can't remember, something like that. Anyone, no count out type match. Should know this, but anyway, it's a match that had no rules basically, they used weapons, and I mean, it wasn't the match itself. I mean, it's a good build-up, but the match itself wasn't that great. It's a bit of fun here and there, but the match itself wasn't that great. And obviously, Wyatt getting the victory in that, so that was that. Then Bianca Belair defended the women's title against Alexa Bliss, and obviously Belair won. Match itself was okay, not the greatest, but probably not the worst match of the night, but it was alright. And then we go on to obviously the women's Royal Rumble, which was won by Rhea Ripley. Now, I will say I like Rhea Ripley, but I don't think she needed to win the Rumble to go to WrestleMania and fight for the title. I think maybe if it was going to be someone else, I think they probably should have won the Rumble and then gone on to fight for the title. Would have made sense. But I feel because she'd already been, I feel like she could have easily just won a normal match to get to WrestleMania. I don't think she really needed to win, since she'd already been there before. If she hadn't been there before, I could have understood, and that would have made sense. But as I say, if they'd picked someone else, then it would have been something fresh, similar to Cody, because he never won the Rumble or the title, so it made sense. But Ripley winning sort of didn't make sense. I think she could have just easily won a match, number one contender match to get to WrestleMania. But anyway, the women's match itself, I think it was quite good actually. To be honest, I think the last couple of years, women's Royal Rumble's been better than the men's. I mean, I thought, especially, it was definitely better last year, but this one was pretty good women's Rumble, to be honest. Really good effort by a lot of the women. I thought it was quite good. Certainly matched the men's Royal Rumble, if not better. And it was really, really good. Good in places as well. Some good eliminations. It's good. So then we go on to the main event. Obviously, Roman Reigns defending his both titles, the Universal Championship. Obviously, he's been the champion for ages and ages, and defending it against number one contender Kevin Owens in a normal match, surprisingly, because they've fought, I believe it's twice at Rumbles before. I think one of them was Last Man Standing or something like that, a couple of years ago or whatever. And I think for it to have been, just a normal match didn't really make any sense, to be honest. I think it should have been like either another no disqualification match or something like a Falls Count Anywhere or again, or I don't know, steel cage, something better than just a normal match. Just, it seemed a bit flat and boring. But I mean, the match itself wasn't the best ever, but it was okay. Obviously, Reigns retaining the titles, which is no surprise really, because I don't think anyone expected Owens to win the titles. Because obviously Reigns going to WrestleMania to fight Rhodes. But what was good actually about the ending of the Reigns match was Sami Zayn turning on Reigns and hitting him with a steel chair at the back, which was like a really shocking but good moment, because like everyone was totally behind Zayn, you know, when he done that, and everyone was like, yeah, really, because you know Zayn had had enough. Reigns went too far with beating the hell out of Owens, and then you know Reigns got in Zayn's face, and Zayn just had enough, and then obviously. You know, great storytelling it had been between Zayn, and then obviously they beat Zayn down into a pulp, and obviously like set up a match between Zayn and Reigns, but yeah, as I say, it's a great storyline. To be honest, I think Zayn should have been part of the title picture at WrestleMania. To be honest, it should have been a triple threat match involving Zayn. To be honest, because like he'd mainly been feuding with Reigns and been in the angle with Reigns, you know, for weeks since you know Zayn hit him with a chair at the Rumble. So you know he'd been more so in angles with Reigns rather than Rhodes had been, you know, up until he won the Rumble. So you know it would have been more. Would have made more sense as Zayn something being involved with Reigns, you know, for the title rather than being just competing for the tag titles. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I think it should have been a similar situation to like, you know, when Bryan was involved in a triple threat for the titles and then he won the titles. I think Zayn should have been, you know, Zayn, Rhodes and Reigns for the title, and I think it would have been a really good match as well. Maybe even if Zayn didn't win, you know, it still should have been involved, you know, and then maybe have Rhodes win. But anyway, that's my opinion, you know. But as I say, that's that match. So overall, yeah. I mean, what am I going to give this out of 10? I'd say I'll give it 7 out of 10. As I say, like a good event, but just not the best Royal Rumble ever. I think we've had better. But you know, key moments. You know, obviously Rhodes winning, Zayn turning on Reigns, Rhea Ripley winning the Women's Rumble. I think were like mostly the key moments that happened. But yeah, as I say, that's the Rumble event. If you haven't checked it out, check it out now. If you haven't, so yeah, so let me know if anyone's watching this. Let me know your views and your opinions on the Rumble and on this video. Please feel free to add comments. And if you like WWE, there'll always be WWE DVDs, maybe a few other stuff. So make sure you subscribe. And yeah, so that's my review of that. And good job that I am now able to make longer videos to make them better, because I deleted some files, you know, so now I've got a lot of space to make better videos, so that's good. I can do better reviews and stuff. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.